Yeah, we're gonna move right into some big news. We're gonna go under center with the meat pack real quick, talk about a little football on them. That's some big news out of Seattle today. I want to know if it's breaking or whatnot. Came out probably 6-7 hours ago. But Russell Wilson, this man's team has went ahead and kind of came up with a few trade destinations or whatnot.
Who is his team?
Did not see this one coming. I can tell you that. Obviously, we covered on maybe a show or two ago that Russell Wilson has been kind of on this tour or whatnot, especially with his wife, Sierra, and has vocally been voicing a lot of things as far as how he's been displeased with the Seahawks. And I can't blame him at all for that. Obviously, the Seahawks have heard what he's saying, and they weren't happy with that as well. So, I mean, I don't know. Gut reaction. This is just kind of the league we're in right now, man. It's like these guys are just they're not staying in a place that the time of having a quarterback be a franchise quarterback, stay with a franchise for 20 years, a la Tom Brady's and stuff. That's just it's not really happening anymore. And I mean, I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. I think it's great for the league and whatnot. Allow stars to go where they please. I wouldn't necessarily say where they please, but it's good for these markets wherever these guys want to go. And so, I mean, hey, does Russell Wilson get dealed at all? I don't know.
How do you give that up? That would be an insane deal no matter what it would be. But honestly, still looking at this free agency, there's still a lot of teams that need to acquire a quarterback, whether it's going to be in the draft or via trade. I mean, imagine getting a Russell Wilson or a Deshaun Watson in this offseason.
I mean, listen, you just brought up Deshaun Watson, Russell Wilson. I guess his team had come up with 3 destinations that he would accept a trade to, and my New York Jets are at the top of that list. Something that just tells you about the New York Jets right now. I think that's a huge sign to the hiring of Robert Saleh. Obviously, players wanting to come play for him. And like that, the New York market, there was something rumor that happened 4 or 5 years ago about Russell Wilson potentially going to the Giants. I know his wife, Sierra, loves New York. She has vocally came out and said she does love the New York market. And I'm sure for Russell Wilson's brand, that would be huge for him too. Come on, be a Jet. I don't know what it'd take to get him. Obviously, 4 or 5 draft picks, player or two.
Worth some capital, bro. I mean, honestly.
I just know if Seattle is ready to make that jump, that'd be a full-on rebuild for them. They'd be hitting the reset button to where, honestly,
well, what are they missing? Seattle's not a bad team.
Yeah, I mean, definitely not a bad team. They need a couple pieces on defense. Obviously, need to bulk up that line. But we're just at that stage where I think the arguments we're trying to make are just over. If the quarterback or this player wants out, it more than likely is just being proven over the past couple of years that it's happening. They create a big fuss in the news or whatnot to just get themselves out of there. And the organization kind of gets back into a corner where, probably just don't want to deal with all that PR mess. And they're just going to deal with these guys at the end of the day if that's what's going to happen. Same thing with Deshaun Watson, has just been telling his ownership, I refuse to play if you don't trade me. And so, I mean, I don't know if I necessarily agree with that, especially if you're under contract. I would think you're obligated to play. But this is the day and age we live in anymore. Player movement is happening more than ever. So, I mean, Russell Wilson, doors are open for the New York Jets. Come on in, brother. Give up what it takes. Get ourselves where we need to be.